Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Spider-Man on PS4/5/remastered/whatever. Barrel rolls, or cannonballs, whatever.
It's me. What's with the units heading down third?
You actually want to do that whenever you're swinging, because it does give you 2 experience points per trick, and that does add up.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Just flipping tricks like Sonic and Sonic
Yeah, there
Rush.
was in Miles Morales. I spent like a half an hour just doing tricks and shit, just to get a little extra experience to level up.
Hey, Spider-Man, what are you doing? Do a backflip.
I'm going to jump off this building. I tell you, I'm going to do it. Do a flip. Okay.
If one more game includes the line "do a barrel roll," I am going to strangle a cat.
I mean, to be fair, what was the last game that did that though?
Ratchet, that comes to mind. The
They
Ratchet
reference
reboot.
that in Ratchet and Clank? Oh my god.
Yes,
Which one?
the reboot.
Dinner with my ex after saving her
Oh.
from
Yeah.
mass criminals.
So,
And now I'm gonna go beat up a maniac who used
it was
Oh
pretty
boy,
cringe.
oh boy, we're going to go see our favorite villain.
you have Peter Parker.
In the Ratchet reboot, it was especially egregious though, because that's one of those games that where the characters are always talking at you while you're playing, to the point where they sometimes cut each other off. So,
Oh, yeah.
in that particular sequence, is like everyone's talking on your radio like goddamn once, and the do a barrel roll line is probably going to cut something off.
Don't worry, Doc.
Yeah.
I make a point not to leave anything there. But I know my friend appreciates you looking out for him.
Friend with the
A
quotes.
lot of people who don't like him very much.
That buffoon Jameson and his audience are
How good is the music in this game? I can only, like, barely hear it.
It's very generic, rainy kind of
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
like him standing
horn hero kind of music. It's fine. It does the job, but there's nothing distinctive about it.
It's background noise.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was kind of
I'd
the
say-
same that the Arkham games kind of had too, right?
I'd say Arkham was a little bit better.
So,
Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are still the best soundtracks of that series. I don't remember anything from
yeah, what-
Origins,
what-
and I don't remember anything from Night.
Yeah.
like, I have to ask, what kind of killer noise reduction, noise cancellation does Peter have in his goddamn Bluetooth headset that no one can tell he's swinging across rooftops while he talks to them?
Hey, Peter, are you on the way back from getting that milk yet?
Oh, is there a hurricane outside, Peter?
Aurora Borealis. Ow.
So is this a actual crime that you have to solve?
Random crimes in progress. Yeah, as the game goes on, there'll be more varieties of them, but basically it's part of just completion and things to do, where you get like crime tokens, which you can spend on like new suits and things.
Yeah, this was always an aspect of the sandboxy Spider-Man games, random crimes in progress. Basically, moot groups that would pop up on your radar that you would have to stop from doing a thing. And it from game to game, it varies.
Spider-Man, where's my balloon?
It varies in usefulness to constantly track these things down from game to game. I think this game handles them better than they've been handled in a while. I remember them not being worth a whole lot in Amazing Spider-Man.
I know that people remembers the Mimi ones in
My
Spider-Man
balloon,
2.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, where's my balloon? And the pizza delivery. Like,
Well, Spider-Man 2 was a bit rough because it was the first time they really did this style of game, but
honestly, I do think stuff like that does have a place. Honestly, like, I think the only other superhero that I could see, like, actually being able to do that kind of stuff,
Sit with that for a while.
like, is, like, Superman, really. Because I could see Superman, like, getting the 5-year-old's balloon.
it would be in character.
Yeah, but, like, and that also does, like, add gameplay variety. It's just, you know, you don't
There's only
wanna
so many
have-
times you can only hear Spider-Man, get my balloon for so many times before it's like, shut up.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
when it comes to the old Spider-Man games, everyone talks about Spider-Man 2 because of the pizza delivery meme and stuff, but the one that I always go back to is Ultimate Spider-Man. That was a
I've heard
damn good
that
game.
one's just as good. It's just, I don't think as many people played it.
It doesn't have pizza thing,
Yeah.
so it's not as good.
It's
The one I played a lot of was the first PS1 game, actually.
I do hear some good things about that one, but it's nothing like.
No,
Spider-Man.
it's
Well, I'm talking.
and that, by I mean the first PS1 game. I mean like the not related to the movies one, just Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm talking myself about the sandbox style in particular. Ultimate Spider-Man is my go-to. Before this game, I think it remained the best sandbox Spider-Man for a long time. Also, the cutscenes were fucking hilarious.
It had like the cell shaded kind of look.
Yeah,
right?
it did.
Did you just swing that guy through that truck?
Yes.
I think
Okay.
like one of the costumes in this game is the Ultimate Spider-Man costume, and it has the cell
I
shaded
think
look.
so. Well, there's the
I think it's just called animated Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crime would decline post-
But it is one of my favorite costumes in the game.
The gimmick of Ultimate Spider-Man was that there were times when you would switch over to Ultimate Venom, who kind of did bring the game down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
They were based off the Ultimate comics from the time, right?
Yeah.
Shocker!
I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of Venom in the Ultimate.
You can't escape me.
Okay, so when I first got here, because he leaves by emitting shockwaves to bounce really high, I thought his equipment just fucking self-destruct. Like, man, what
That was the impression that I got the first time I saw that.
I'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
I do have to
Or at
say,
least the
this
end of
is
New
the
York.
most threatening looking Shocker's powers I've ever looked. Like, because they're actually, like, blowing shit up, and it actually seems
Well,
like this
yeah.
guy could actually hurt someone.
He's causing collateral damage worthy of an evil Infamous player. Like, Jesus.
You don't have emotion.
Speaking of Infamous, does anyone else remember Prototype?
I know that they
I
came
know
out,
the-
like,
I know
within
of
a
the game,
week.
yeah. Yeah, I always thought they were related, because they had, if I remember correctly, they had very similar box art.
They did, too.
Yes.
They're both, like, baldish, really short hair, brown-haired white guys looking angry with
Yeah.
superpowers in an open-world setting.
I bring it up because I think Prototype was Insomniac. Or was Insomniac Infamous? I forget.
I think it was they were infamous.
They did one of the two, anyway.
They were infamous.
Right.
Yep.
Because remember, Cole McGrath was in Sony Smash Brothers.
Sony Smash, Street Fighter versus Tekken.
Wait, he's in Street Fighter versus Tekken?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know, but
He
he
has
was
nothing
actually.
to do with either of those games.
I don't know why, but he was
Prototype
actually a
was
pretty good
Radical
character.
Entertainment.
I see.
What was Radical
As that game went.
Radical
anyway.
Entertainment.
Ooh, Jesus.
Shocker!
That's my name.
I never would have imagined Shocker as somebody who could run really fast with like all the pillows he has to wear so his powers don't like fucking kill him. You'd think that he'd be walking around really
Good old
slowly.
good old quilt man. Yeah.
Honestly, it would be a passable Scorpion cosplay.
Oh, geez. That's
An Injustice
that's one
Scorpion,
way
I
to
guess.
stop Shocker. Just pin his frickin' shock weapons to his fucking chest so he can't use them.
Maybe later.
Oh.
Is that it?
okay.
Is that all of Shocker?
That's all of
No,
Shocker.
he'll
He'll
be
be
back,
back
later.
later.
Did you learn anything about his motive?
I tried, but he's not very talkative. Plus, I think he hates me.
You have that effect on a lot of
Great, we're gonna have to call in the world's greatest detective to get this.
Right, Yuri?
I tolerate you.
That might be the nicest thing you've
Yuri Watanabe, you're the best.
That was kind of anticlimactic,
like I got
though.
Well, I mean, it's
he's-
Shocker. What
he's
did you
being-
expect?
I mean, yeah, but I would have. I like.
Anticlimactic. What, Shocker? Shocker.
Just catching up on
That is a pun Spidey would make.
quite an adventure with Shocker tonight.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, my inner voice just told me to shut up after saying it.
That's how you know it's an authentic Spider-Man joke. Okay.
Gallery?
But you know, that's the charm of good Spider-Man dialogue. Like, he's only funny to himself, and that's what makes him funny to you.
Why is nobody around when I make these jokes? Everyone's around when you make these jokes, Parker. That's why everybody hates you.
I plan to be the one to break it.
Parker, your jokes are so bad you could almost be Spider-Man.
Whenever.
Yeah. Whatever.
Please.
You're sweating an awful lot, Parker.
One of these
everybody
days, that's
else.
going to be how his secret identity gets revealed. It's like no one makes jokes as corny as Spider-Man.
Oh no, that actually happened. That actually happened.
What?
Wait, what?
Okay, so you know the whole Doc Ock was Spider-Man thing for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they got their bodies back to normal and Pete was in...
I remember. He's back to normal, and it's like...
He's fighting Green Goblin, and Green Goblin's doing like his whole villain monologue thing, and Spider-Man makes a snarky quip, and he's like, oh, it's you.
Ah, jeez. I mean, I never read much of the Doc Ock Spider-Man stuff. From what I hear, it was legitimately interesting. People just hated how, like, it started, I guess is the big thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't kept up with Marvel Comics in a long time. I tried, like, 5
I
to
keep
6 years
vague.
ago.
I keep vague tabs on DC, just kind of what's going on. I don't really read it much myself, just because time and expense.
Yeah, it's comics are so expensive. Like, you'd think one of the two companies would have come up with like
Just
a
put it on-
decent.
just make Marvel Comics weekly on this as a perk of Disney Plus and for DC HBO Max. There, you're done.
So
you would have thought that somebody would have made a decent app to read them on, but
So, what is
Well, there's Comixology, but it's weird.
what is Jameson doing at this point? Because I just saw him pop up on the social media feed.
He's just there to fill the air while you're.
No, I mean, like,
around
what
with
is he actually doing? Like, what's his job now?
He's an angry podcaster.
Oh,
he
He's the
wrote
Alex
a book.
Jones podcaster.
He wrote a book they mentioned earlier
oh,
too.
so he's Steven Crowder. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hate that.
Okay.
Oh, I really hate that.
Are you okay, ma'am?
So Spider-Man PI, does he put on a Tom Selleck mustache for this?
Oh no.
It's just really weird seeing Spider-Man standing around in the park. Like,
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do is go to Times Square and just give you a high
Spidey,
five.
please. Jessica Jones needs work. Don't take it away from her.
Any idea?
Well, we
you
don't know
see
if he's in
Luke
this
Cage
universe
and
or not.
Iron Fist are just coming up, like hoping, yes, this is the pay. Oh,
Don't worry, Carmen.
At last, our time to shine. We do the street level crime. Spider-Man swoops in. Aw.
Detox center's not
I mean, that's kind of what it's gotta feel like, you know. It's just like this old lady comes into their office. It's like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Heroes for Hire. Please, these bad guys stole my purse, and then Spider-Man just swoops in. Here you are, ma'am, and then swings away, and then.
Did they ever actually get to the Heroes for Hire part in the Netflix show?
I don't think so, because nobody really liked Iron Fist, and having Iron Fist is kind of important to making it a Heroes for Hire show. And then I think they lost the rights or some other shenanigans. So
It looked like
I
they
know
were-
that there was weird things. With
It
the
looked
Netflix
like they
stuff.
were still edging toward it with like the tension between Luke Cage and Iron Fist in the Defenders show, but it never really got off the ground.
I'm so bad when it comes to watching the Marvel shows, for whatever reason, because I just, for some reason, find it really hard to commit the time to watch a full
Show.
like TV show. Now, rewatching that 30-part LP I've already watched 6 times, however. I can always find time for that.
Defenders was good though. I liked it.
She could be planning a heist.
Did they do a season 2 of Jessica Jones? I only ever watched 1.
Yeah, they did.
Was it as good as the first one?
I think it's.
I never got around to watching season 2 of Jessica Jones.
I've heard it's just kind of meh.
Oh, that's a shame. Because like season 1 of Daredevil is fantastic. Season 1 of Jessica Jones is fantastic. Season 2 of Daredevil is very, very good for like the first 5 or 6 episodes, and then
Sort of becomes
falls apart.
It sort of becomes a little too ambitious for the number of episodes it had left after a point.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I think they should have just dropped the Punisher stuff after he gets caught and, like, just left it there. Like, they didn't need to do any more after that at all. Like, I thought if they had just...
because the Punisher stuff.
the first 4 episodes of The Punisher is, like, absolutely amazing, and then they just keep on going, and I'm like...
I liked the court case stuff. I just think like it didn't have enough room to breathe because they were also trying to set up Defenders for half the season.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I did the stuff with the hand.
Yeah, that was them setting up Defenders.
I was like,
Yeah.
because I know. I never watched Defenders, so I didn't immediately get what you were talking about. But
The payoff for it when you actually do watch Defenders is amazing. That show was great stuff. But
Yeah, but like trying to do all that stuff with Elektra and the hand and all that, on top of trying to do a Punisher story, on top of trying to elaborate on Matt's relationship with his other people at the law office and like other shit, you know, it was too much. Like season 2 of Daredevil was overstuffed, and I never watched season 3, so I don't even know how good that is.
It does kind of work a little better if you think of Defenders as the end of Daredevil season 2. Like that's pretty much the dynamic the two shows have. Like all of the stuff in Daredevil season 2 is setting up stuff for Defenders, including the Elektra stuff. All of that stuff gets its payoff in Defenders.
But that's what I thought about the best Marvel movies. The setup for other stuff didn't get in the way. Was the big thing.
Yeah, that was kind of my problem with the MCU as it went along, where it's just like movies stopped feeling like their own thing. It was just, we're setting up for the big thing later. We're setting up for the big thing later. We're gonna keep setting up for the big thing later. It's like, okay, can I just enjoy the movie, please?
That's like it's like the difference
without
between
spoiling
Thor
anything,
2 and Thor 3, really. You know,
without spoiling anything, that is exactly my issue with the Marvel miniseries happening now.
Oh, like Loki or
These shows can't exist in a bubble.
Loki,
Like,
WandaVision.
They have to lead up into another thing, which I understand that's been the formula for Marvel movies since 2008. But for a television series, for miniseries, it's more aggravating.
I mean, it's kind of weird because like I can imagine not like needing context for like, especially something like WandaVision.
You just crawling on the window.
Hi.
I think that's what they were trying to do with the What If series that they just started at the time of this recording. Is
that good? I didn't hear really good things about it.
I haven't watched it. So
I've heard mixed/meh things about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I mean, only like 3 episodes are out at the time of this recording, but you know. But yeah, like I'm trying to like the best Marvel movies, like Avengers 1, you don't even really need to have watched any of the other movies to like that movie. You know, you get more out of it, but like as long as you know who the Hulk is and who Iron Man is, you're fine.
You need a passing knowledge of who Loki is, at least.
Yeah, but like you don't need to have seen the first Thor.
Not that much though, because you compare Loki to Avengers and Thor, it's almost a complete rewrite.
Yeah, like the Loki's fine in Thor 1, but Avengers basically cemented his personality for the rest of the series.
All right, time to go after these thugs.
What hit you? What hit you?
I don't know.
Here comes the Spider-Man.
Okay, so when I asked about this online, the best explanation someone had for me was Spider-Man obviously has to pop in at some point and then warp to the point he's going to be. So they have to load his model at somewhere else, so he's not clipping into the camera. His spawn point must have been on either the street or the train tracks, and when he spawned for like the few frames he's there, it must have happened at the exact moment a car or train was going after that spot.
Have you ever landed on top of a street lamp and got a Charlie horse immediately after? That's like, it's a bitch.
So yeah, that's the best explanation someone had for me when I asked about this.
Why does it? Whenever Spider-Man lands on someone's car, why don't they stop? Like that's the first thing I'd do if somebody landed on top of my car was stop, not keep on going at 50 miles an hour.
I think because they realize the person that landed on top of their car is
Spider-Man.
I like
how when he ends the chase, he takes care to stop the car safely. That is. It's not only epic, but it's also like indicative of his character. Like he's not the kind of superhero. It's
almost like it should have been something like that happened in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
What? Are we going into another Man of Steel argument again? Absolutely not.
It is kind of when you think about it. I mean, there's only so much you can do to stop collateral damage when you're literally fighting another Kryptonian, but
yeah,
it would have been nice if he had shown a little bit more effort to stop collateral damage along the way.
I mean, honestly, that's how if I were writing the movie, and I shouldn't be because I'm not that good of a writer. What the fuck are you doing?
Like if Zod knocked down a building, have Superman try to stabilize the building and help people evacuate, you know?
Yeah, like I would have wrote the movie because like at that point, Superman had already stopped the terraforming thingamahoozit. So at that point, I would have written at Zod as, you've destroyed my chance at my world, so I'm going to destroy your world because I'm a petty asshole. And I would have had him just going around trying to break things, and Superman trying to get people out of the way, stop him, like if he throws a car, catch the car, knock down building, get some punches in on Zod while he can, that kind of stuff. You can write a good action scene around that. But then again, there's a lot of things that Man of Steel did that they didn't do. And we've probably went over it 7 times. And so going over it anymore is a waste of time.
More than 7 at this point.
Yeah, like every time we do a superhero adjacent thing, probably.
There comes the Spider-Man.
I was gonna say the Talking Man of Steel is like the Free Space Mobile.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only game that I can think of that handled collateral damage in an interesting way was actually Infamous, where because of the good and evil system, well, the morality system wasn't particularly interesting, but specifically if you were trying to be a good character, you had to be careful about how you used your powers.